Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new, make sure that you subscribe before you leave, that way you'll never miss out on another reading. I do a free pick a card reading on my channel every single Friday and you don't want to miss out. In today's video we're going to be doing a reading on how to heal your shadow self. So this reading was heavily inspired by the movie The Joker. I actually just saw that last night and it just really reminded me of shadow self. And so I wanted to do this reading, how to heal our shadow self. Okay, so what you're gonna do is pick card group number 1, 2, 3, or 4. And while you do that, while you're picking, let's talk about a few things really quickly. So all these candles you see here, these tea light candles are hand painted by me. They are infused with pyrite crystals. Pyrite is known to bring fortune, good luck, willpower, money, prosperity, wealth, and abundance. So these are specially prepared for you to use on the night of Diwali, which is on October 27th. It's also the new moon. So these candles are used to attract the goddess Lakshmi. She is the goddess of wealth and fortune. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and head to my Etsy store. You can purchase that there. And I'll try to have those to you before Diwali, but make sure that you purchase as soon as you can so that we can ship those out to you as soon as we can. Also, if you guys want weekly forecast readings, weekly prediction readings, I do one every single week on Patreon. Head over there for those. And let's get started with the reading. Okay, so for everybody that picked card group number 1, how can you heal your shadow self? Let's get into this. All right, the first card that comes up is Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. That's very interesting. I feel like there's something to do with your shadow self and the success in your life. Like there's a connection there, okay? That's getting affected. Your success is getting affected by your shadow self. The next card is Ripeness, the number 9. The number 9 is the number of endings and new beginnings. So I feel like definitely whatever's going on within your subconscious, within your shadow self, it's coming up. It's coming to the surface and it's becoming ripe. Like it's cooking and you can feel it. And it's healing. That is the reason that it's coming up. So whatever is blocking you from success, that's coming up so that you could deal with it, so that it can really, really lose its grip on you. Then comes the next card, which is Ordinariness. All right. I feel like your shadow self, the healing process of your shadow self is this. You right now are probably living a very ordinary life and it is bothering the heck out of you. You don't want it. You don't want ordinary. You don't want boring. You want something fun and exciting. You want to be ripe and plump and ready and juicy, like just the best apple of the bunch, you know? And I feel like you've kind of been taught, and this is an aspect of your shadow self maybe, where you have to hide your light or you have to kind of suppress some of the things that you really, really want. And that means you kind of live the normal, or, you know, what society teaches you to be like, or what your parents have taught you to be like. These things are not vibrationally a match with your spirit. And the fact that you have like absorbed these things, whether they're people, whether they're beliefs, emotions, whatever, stories, that you have really engraved into your subconscious mind, and now you're living your life in that way. And now every time like you look at your life, you think of your life, you think it's very ordinary and you want excitement, you want something new. That comes to the next card. A huge healing process that is going to happen within your shadow self is you being able to trust. You being able to trust the universe, the people around you, and the biggest thing, you being able to trust your own heart and soul, your own intuition. That's going to be huge. I feel like with this healing of your shadow self, that is what's going to come out of it. The card says trust yourself and your decisions. That's something that you have a hard time doing. I feel like your shadow self is always like, hold on, don't make that decision just yet. Hold on, we need to think about this, or hold on, we need to do this. Or, you know, it's just like anytime you're ready to move forward, you're ready to take that step forward, it's like something is pulling you back and like, hold on, don't do it yet. Or hold on, what if this happens? And that's not good, because that makes you live an ordinary life, because you just don't move forward. You know, you're afraid to move forward. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. This is another thing that is coming up with your shadow self, is that you kind of look to others for advice. You look to others' opinions as to what you should do. Just because you have such a hard time, like you just want to make sure that you do the right thing and you don't mess up, you know? And so you're always like, okay, well, what do you think? And what is your opinion, you know? But it's time for you to go within. Shut the world out. Shut the voices of the world out and go within. It's really time for you to start listening to your inner voice, because your inner voice is screaming at you to listen. And this comes to the next card. This is actually the card of your shadow self, anger and chains. And if you add these two numbers together, 2 + 9 is 11. Change is happening. Change is happening where you're going to really release your shadow self from these chains, because these chains that it's like every time you try to move forward, your foot was locked in a chain, and it would make you so mad because you see everybody else is moving forward. Everybody else is manifesting what they want. Everybody else is attaining this and getting successful and becoming more abundant. And you see it all around you. People are becoming, falling in love, having kids, whatever it is. You see these things around you and you're just like, what the hell? Like, I'm doing everything that I can, and whatever I can't do is out of my control because over here I'm like locked in chains, you know? And so now how do you heal that? How do you heal that aspect of yourself that is locked up and chained up? You got to believe in miracles and blessings. Everything has its gift. So this shadow aspect of yourself has taught you so much, right? It has taught you to slow down in making decisions. It's taught you to value other people's opinion. Maybe you valued it too much, but it did teach you to value other people's opinions and to see other people's perspectives, which is huge. And the last card of how to heal your shadow self comes to get to know each other. Learn to meet each other's need for love. Okay, so you got to become friends with your shadow self. Here's what I'm talking about. This is probably a really, really silly example, but I am really scared of horror movies. They scare the heck out of me. And like, some movies, if I watch it, I can't even go to the bathroom unless somebody goes with me, or I will have to sleep with the lights on. That's how much it affects me. But I love watching them. I will not say no to a chance to watch a horror movie. And here's the thing. I feel like that's a balance between me and my shadow self. My shadow self, I know that it's my shadow self that loves seeing those things that happen in the horror movies. And me, like, the aspect of me that is not my shadow self doesn't like it because I get scared. But we meet in the middle. I want to feed it I want to feed my shadow self what it needs. I want to show it love, and I want to show it that, you know, it's okay that my shadow self is there, and I acknowledge it, and I want to make sure that it's happy and healed, and it doesn't have power over me. I have power over it. So this is something that you need to learn, and something that you will learn. This process has already begun. And then you got the number 44. This is very, very important. This is the number of your foundation. This is the number of your stability. This is like the earth beneath your feet. And it may have been like this, how do I say it? This connection with your shadow self was so broken that it just felt like you didn't have a stable foundation to stand on. Like you felt like the earth beneath your feet would sometimes just crumble. And now your foundation is going to become very, very strong because you're going to come into balance with your shadow self, and these chains are going to break. So be very, very excited. I'm really happy for you. I'm really proud of the journey that you're embarking on and what you have actually already accomplished. And now when you start releasing these chains from your shadow self, you're going to find a lot of success coming into your life. A lot of things you want to manifest that are on hold or blocked, these are going to just start pouring into your life. So get excited. All right, if you guys want to book a reading with me, go ahead, head over to my Etsy store. And thank you guys so much for watching. Group number 2, let's see. How can you heal your shadow self? What needs healing? What's going on? All right, so it seems like a huge portion of your shadow self is fated to suffer. That is a belief system that I feel like you have engraved in your subconscious mind, where you're supposed to suffer in this life. You're supposed to struggle. Like it's supposed to be normal. It's a given. It's supposed to be there. And while that's true, Like, of course, we're going to come across obstacles and challenges in our life. That's everybody. That's normal, you know? But it's how we deal with it and how we react to it. And the biggest thing of all is, what have we programmed into our subconscious mind about struggles, obstacles, and challenges? What do we deeply think about these things? Do we think that, okay, if it comes, I will be ready and I will overcome it. I am strong enough to overcome it. And if a challenge arises, it's perfectly fine. Like, I will walk through that challenge like a champ. Are these your beliefs, or are your beliefs like, oh my God, why does this keep happening? Am I cursed? Do I have bad luck? Is somebody sending me evil eye? I'm never going to get over this. Like, mentality like that. What is your mentality? I feel like your mentality is the second, where you're just like, why does this keep happening to me? I don't want to be in challenging situations. I don't want to be in this struggle. I don't want to go through that obstacle. And then you almost feel like, I feel like your shadow self attracts challenges and obstacles and struggles. And it's because something has happened in your past where this thought was like programmed into your mind. I know when I was younger, I had somebody that passed away, and I remember this older lady in my family giving the advice to the widow, and her advice was so horrible. I will never forget it. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said something like, women, this is our fate. We're supposed to hurt like this. We're supposed to go through this horrible tragedy. These kinds of tragedies are meant for us. We're supposed to cry, and we're supposed to, and she said it in a way where like women were deserving of the worst of the worst. Women were deserving of pain and suffering. And she told that to the widow that just lost her husband. And I thought that was so sickening, like disgusting. But then now I understand that like that was programmed into her. Maybe by her parents, maybe her religion, whatever, I don't know. And she was going around programming that into other people. And especially at a time like that, your mind is like so susceptible, I feel like, when you're grieving. And for her to go and plant those kinds of seeds, that was very, very ugly. And I feel like that's kind of what has happened to you. Somebody or something has programmed these seeds into your mind like a long, long time ago, and maybe you don't even realize that when a struggle comes up, or a conflict, or a struggling situation, it's like you feel like you deserve it. And your shadow self is like, no, hold on, stop thinking that, and that comes to the next card, which is sharing. I feel like you keep a lot of things to yourself. You don't reveal how you truly feel. You don't reveal your challenges to other people. Like, maybe you never know when you share your feelings, when you share your emotions, when you share what's going on in your life. You just never know. Maybe somebody has an opportunity or a way to resolve it that you probably would have never thought about, because you're programmed to think that you deserve this, that you deserve these things, That comes to the next card, which is rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. I feel like this aspect of your shadow self that has this kind of power over you, where it's making you believe that you deserve the bad, that's coming to an end. And the universe is really trying to drill this into your head right now, that blessings are coming. Not just coming, but they are in front of your face. But there's a wall between you and the blessing, so you cannot see it. But the blessing is there. I would suggest you buy a really cute journal. You can even get it from the dollar store. Get some colorful pens, whatever floats your boat, whatever makes you feel good and creative. Stickers, whatever. And just every single day, write down at least 10 things in your life that make you really happy, that bring you joy, that just a gratitude list every single day. What does this do? This is like literally magic. This is alchemy, because when you do this, the first few times you do it, you may not feel anything, but definitely know that behind the scenes in the spiritual realm, you doing this is a change in the energy. You're shifting your energy, whether you feel it in that moment or not. You're creating a new kind of momentum, new vibration. So do that. Make a gratitude list. And that way, slowly by slowly, that wall that is between you and your blessings is going to crumble and shatter. That comes to the next card, which is surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. All right. I feel like you don't let yourself think about a lot of things either. Like, not only do you not share a lot of what you feel, you don't allow yourself to think about it either. You distract yourself. And I feel like this has a lot to do with your shadow self. It makes you distract yourself so that you don't look at your challenges and your obstacles. And that, because of that, a lot of these conflicts and challenges kind of grow into something bigger, just because you're just like, I'm just gonna handle that later, or I don't want to deal with that, you know? So this is a card that is telling you, like, hey, be still for a moment, take some time throughout the day to yourself, to allow yourself to do something that you love. For me, when I feel like I need to take time out of the day, what I do is grab a glass of wine. Like, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Not everybody can do this, because for some people it could, go in a bad way where they can get addicted, or they could use alcohol as an escape mechanism, But for me, I feel like it helps me relax and kind of lowers the filters a little bit, so that I'm able to go within and think about what's going on, what do I need to do, without all those racing thoughts, I'm allowing myself to just calm my mind a little bit and go forward from there. With you, it could be anything. You could take a bath. A bath can do the same exact thing. A drive. Some people relieve stress by driving, taking a drive. So whatever it is that you can allow yourself to hear your own thoughts, because I feel like that's very, very important for you to heal your shadow self. You have to start listening to your thoughts and your heart and your gut, your instincts. And how can you really heal your shadow self? Take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. Okay, here's a big one. Your shadow self doesn't allow you to trust in love. Your shadow self does not allow you to believe that good love is out there. You question the love in your life already. You question the love that is around you. I mean, any love that you want to attract, you kind of send a little bit of doubtful vibes to it. And that's why I feel like there's a block in love too, because of your shadow self. But how do you heal it? Take a chance. The people that are in your life right now already that you love, and that you know that they love you back, that you feel genuine love, that connection with, it could be anyone. It could be your partner, your children, your pet. Oh my God, pets have such a high love vibration. If you don't have a pet, maybe I suggest getting one, but really spend time with animals. That's my muse. My cats are my everything. My cats relieve my stress. My cats make me feel good. My cats heal me. My cats free me. I could go on and on. But yeah, take a chance on love. Like me healing my shadow self, because I had the same problem. I had to work through this. My shadow self would not let me love. My cat is what opened my heart chakra back up to unconditional love again. Otherwise, I was like frozen. I couldn't love. I could not feel love at all. And so this is a message for you, is for you to start to feel love again, and start from within yourself. How can you show yourself love? When you show yourself love, your shadow self feels it too. So that's a huge message for you. If you guys want to book a reading with me, you can head over to my Etsy and book one. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is a very, very healing process, and I feel like you're already on the journey to healing your shadow self, and your shadow self is feeling the healing. So make sure that you move forward with love, okay? Do things with love, especially with yourself. Show yourself your love more than anyone. For all my group 3 people, I feel like your reading is going to be a little bit long. So grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, and let's get started. All right, group 3, how can you heal your shadow self? First of all, let's see what is going on with your shadow self. The child I was meant to be. Something with your shadow self has to do with your childhood, and something that you were lacking or missing in your childhood. And that is affecting your life right now. I feel like a huge thing is you not asking for help. What do you really need? Be willing to accept support. Okay, so something definitely happened within your childhood, and it engraved a lot of stories and thoughts and beliefs in your subconscious mind, where you don't want to ask anybody for help, or you don't want to ask I feel like you don't want to go to anyone for help, or you don't want to express your need to anyone else. Like, it could be the smallest things. Like, say you want the trash to be taken out. You almost don't want to ask somebody to do it for you because you're like, okay, I need to do it myself. Otherwise, it's not going to get done. Or something like that kind of energy is coming in. Like, you have to do everything yourself. And that's been programmed into your mind, and that's a part of your shadow aspect where I have to do everything myself. I can't rely on anyone. I can't trust anyone. I can't depend on anyone. I have to do everything myself. And that is about to change, my love. So you got the number 14. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 is the number of change. This is a change that is going to happen within your shadow self. Now, this is a change that is going to happen because you're on a spiritual journey, and I see that your third eye is really, really waking up, and you're going through a transformation because there's a butterfly in this card, but there's also a third eye awakening and a very, very divine connection with the universe. And I see that you can really, really feel it. And the more and more you can feel this, the more and more your shadow self is going to heal. That pattern that was created within your subconscious, that is healing. And this subconscious pattern that was programmed into your shadow self was you feared change. You liked to be comfortable because you felt safe. I'm not going to say you liked to be comfortable. You did not like to be comfortable. You didn't like to be stuck in one place forever, or like stuck in one situation, one type of energy forever. You wanted change. You wanted different things. You still do, but you're afraid. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death. Repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. The universe is telling you it's okay. Change is good. Change is good. Imagine if the butterfly stayed a caterpillar forever, we would not have these beautiful butterflies, you know? And the caterpillar doesn't know that it's going to become this beautiful butterfly. It just keeps going. It just keeps flowing whatever it needs to do, wherever it needs to walk to, whatever it needs to eat, you know, whatever it needs to create its cocoon. It just does whatever its instinct tells it to do. It just does whatever feels right, you know? And I feel like this is a journey that you're on. This is how you're healing your shadow self, is you're slowly going to start to do things that just feel right. Because you don't want to live in that way anymore. You don't want to live in that comfort zone energy anymore. So that comes to the next card, which is surrender to prayer. Give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. I don't believe in prayer, but this card is a huge symbolism for rituals. I believe prayer is rituals. You know, like, we have the ability to create our life however we want to. And if we cannot use our mind, because sometimes, you know, we have these programs and beliefs and limits in our mind sometimes, use these rituals as tools. Use candles, incense, crystals, oils, herbs. Use tools. And that's how you build confidence in your mind. And your mind gets stronger and stronger to a point where you're not going to need any tools anymore. This is a very, very, very exciting reading for you. The next card that comes up is Inner Voice. Holy wow. Okay, so you're on this journey of really healing your shadow self, and the things that your shadow self was doing that was creating this energy of being stuck, you're starting to listen to your inner voice slowly, and you don't even really know that you're doing it. I feel like you just find yourself gravitating towards things that you want, even if it comes to something like small, like something to eat. Like, now you're like, okay, you know what? I want to eat this. I'm going to go get it. Or I want to eat this. I'm going to cook it. Like, who the hell cares? I'm going to cook it. I'm going to eat it. Or just, it could be any little thing. Or, you know what? I'm going to go out to dinner tonight, and I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm going. Or, you know what? I'm going to quit this job, and I'm starting this new job because it excites me. It makes me feel good just thinking about it. And I'm just going to do it, you know? And I feel like that's kind of what the energy is coming from, you healing your shadow self, is you doing more and more of what you want to do. And that comes to love, flows through you and to you. Voyage of the heart. You're growing this self-love within yourself. And when you do that, you become a very, very powerful manifester. Remember that. And then last card that comes up is Honesty is Essential. Speak with love and truth. Okay, so I feel like now that your shadow self is healing through all of these different things, you're gonna be more honest. Like, you know how like we just talked about, you know what, I feel like eating that, I'm gonna go eat it. You're gonna be more like that, where if people question you, you're just gonna be like, what is your problem? If I like this, I like this. You know, you go do what you like. And you're gonna be honest in such a loving way. Also, there's somebody in your life that is very, 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 that cares about you a lot, a lot, a lot. Somebody in your life that would do anything for you, that would move mountains for you. I don't know who this is, but you are turning your back on this person. So really look around you, evaluate your relationships again. Where do you feel the most love? Which relationship in your life do you feel the most love from? Don't turn your back on this relationship. This person would do absolutely anything for you, okay? So that was your reading. I hope that it gave you clarity and some guidance, and thank you so much for watching. If you guys want to book a reading with me, go ahead, head over to my Etsy store. I just restocked some readings over there. Group 4, let's see. How are you going to be healing your shadow self? First of all, let's see what's going on with your shadow self. This is the shadow card. So it says downcast pride. All right, so something happened where it really, really affected your pride and your ego. Something happened in your past where it really affected your belief about yourself, what you deserve, how much love you think you deserve. Something really hurt you, hurt your pride most of all. And I feel like what needs to happen right now for you to heal that aspect of your shadow self, because when your pride and your ego is hurt, you create a lot of animosity, you create a lot of blocks, you create a lot of self-hatred, I feel like, and you look down on yourself, you know, and that is an energy right there. That's a low vibration energy. And I feel like that's what your shadow self is trying to tell you, is like, hey, you know, we need to raise our vibration, and we need to stop feeling like we don't deserve love. We need to stop feeling like we are less than, or we're not deserving. So that comes to what you need to do, is surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power, and let others come to you. When you can heal this aspect of your shadow self, that your heart and your pride and your ego was so bruised, because I feel like right now you're just fighting. You're fighting so hard. It's exhausting. You're fighting with people. You're fighting with yourself. You're fighting your decisions. You're fighting your life. Oh my God, you are just getting tired. So what's going to happen? You need to take a break. You need to stop. Like, just stop. Whenever conflict arises with somebody else, walk away, because it's draining your energy. Like, look at this woman. She is drained. Another thing is you have to go. Okay, let me see what the messages are in the card. Go back to what you love. Your shadow self is like begging you to reevaluate your desires. What is it that makes you happy? What is it that you look at, think about, or are around, and you just smile and it just lights you up? What are those things? Take out a piece of paper right now. Write 10 things that make you feel like that just light you up. Just writing it, you're headed on a new path. Just like that. That comes to this. Believe in magic. You writing those things down is a magical ritual right there. What that's going to do is create a new vibration, a new momentum, a new vision for your life. You need this new vision to get rid of your ego. Now, we don't want to live from our ego. Our ego is very toxic. Our ego tells us, no, don't do that. That's not safe. No, don't do that. You're going to get hurt. No, don't trust that person. They're going to betray you. That is our ego, because our ego goes into protection mode. And a lot of the times we don't really need that protection, you know? But we listen to our ego because we're just like, okay, wait, what if it's right? Like, you know, what if? And that's kind of how you're living your life, is what if this, what if that, what if that? It's time for you to create a new vision, and that's what's going to heal you, and that's what's going to prevent you from feeling like you need to fight the world. And then the next card is look to your inner strength. You got the card 11. This is a card of creation. You are stronger than you realize. Yes. See, your ego keeps telling you that you're not strong enough, you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, you know, you're not attractive enough, whatever the case may be. Now you need to shut that voice out. How can you shut that voice out? By paying attention to the good things, by feeding the good things. So write that list out of everything that brings you joy, and keep adding to that list, and keep doing at least one thing from that list a day. I'm telling you, it's going to create a brand new life for you, where you're going to be in harmony. You're going to be in such harmony with the universe, and you're going to flow so easily. You're never going to have to fight. And non-action and harmony, you're going to be in such harmony that you won't even have to do anything. You'll just be able to think about something and manifest it. So I hope that this reading gave you some clarity and some guidance. Thank you so much for watching. And if you guys want to book a reading with me, go ahead and book one on my Etsy store. I just restocked some new readings. And thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in my next video.